Welcome to What's Happening, the Calf Notes video series where we explore the story behind the media. Enjoy today's episode. In today's episode of What's Happening, we see a photo where I'm speaking with a colleague inside a weaned calf pen on a large dairy farm in Eastern Europe. The photo was taken several years ago, during a peaceful time in that part of the world. I was talking with my colleague about the manure that is on top of the straw in the pen. This is a clear indication of an upset of digestion and a problem with the diet the calves were receiving. I have many of these types of photos taken from farms all over the world.
Hola, amor.
Hi, baby.
I'm home from my trip.
Welcome home.
I brought back some great photos I'd like you to see.
Oh, great.
Look at these great pictures, aren't they interesting? Look, here you can maybe even see some bubbles in the diarrhea. Isn't that cool?
You came home for a trip and you show me pictures of poo-poo calf? Are you crazy?
Let's look at another example, but first let me set the stage a little. These photos are from a large dairy in Asia, taken about 2 years ago. The bunk on the left is for the weaned calves, just moved out of their individual calf hutches. The producer is transitioning them from a textured calf starter to a pelleted grower, as we see in the bunk and the picture on the right. He also started offering them forage when they moved into this pen. Well, though the calves had access to forage, that didn't translate to forage intake. Further, the pelleted starter was high in starch, which was rapidly fermented in the rumen. Remember, these calves were weaned only a few days before they moved into this pen, and their rumens weren't that well developed. So, what happened? This is a photo of some manure from one of the calves in the pen. If we look a little more closely, we'll see something very interesting: bubbles. These occur when the bacteria in the rumen have starch and maybe some protein available and produce gas like CO2 or methane. These gases produce the bubbles we see in the feces. Acidosis in weaning pens is something I see more and more often, especially on farms that feed calves a lot of milk prior to weaning. It's really common. As you can see, here are 8 more examples of calves exhibiting less than optimal digestion due to high grain and starch intake, a lack of forage, and incomplete rumen development. I see this all the time and on farms all over the world. So, what's happening? Well, it's a chain of events. Calves eat feeds containing highly fermentable carbohydrates, and those carbohydrates enter the rumen. The rumen bacteria ferment these carbohydrates to VFA with a higher proportion of propionate and butyrate. These cause the rumen pH to fall, which can inhibit cellulolytic bacteria and kill protozoa. If the rumen isn't completely developed, there will be limited VFA absorption and limited buffering from saliva. These two factors can result in the pH falling even further, which increases the production of acids, including lactate. All of this results in rumen acidosis, which can manifest itself in large amounts of starch reaching the feces. Fecal consistency is a great indicator of diet quality. Remember, if you see bubbles in the feces, it's a great indication that the calves are wasting nutrients and growing less efficiently. Here are a few resources on acidosis in calves if you'd like to take a deeper dive into the topic. Feel free to stop the video and scan the QR code to be taken directly to the URL. Resource 2, Resource 3, and 3 calf notes available on the topic. Remember, calves crave cellulose, at least a little, to help them keep their rumens functioning normally after weaning. If you offer forage ad libitum, you leave the decision of what to eat up to the calf, and they're known to make bad decisions, kind of like me.
Pictures of poo-poo calf? Are you crazy?